Well, I thought that was a pretty important win over a very scrappy North Florida team. That's a team that has beaten Florida State, has beaten Georgia. And obviously, when your starting pitcher comes out in the first inning, it feels like it could be a long night. And thought the guys did a nice job of just finding a way to win that game. Didn't look great for a little while, but didn't give in and kept fighting and found a way.
All right, we'll start with Colin.
Yeah, Mark, just kind of take me through some of the decision making. Obviously, had some gamesmanship going on in that seventh inning. What went into the decision to obviously send Malone out there and then pinch hit Connersino, and take me through kind of the catcher's interference you saw?
Yeah, not a whole lot of gamesmanship. It was just, purely they had a lefty in the game. So we pinch hit for Satterfield with the righty Malone. And then when they brought the righty in, we went to Sino, our left-handed pinch hitter. We had Malone and Sino both ready to hit there. And if they had stayed with the lefty, Malone hits. If they bring in the righty in like they did, and Sino hits. So not a whole lot of gamesmanship there, just basic matchup baseball. And then the catcher's interference obviously was a turning point in that game. Sino, he was battling, and for whatever reason, his bat hit that guy's glove, and then George got the huge hit after that. So it's a crazy game. You just never know what a turning point's going to be. And that was obviously a big turning point.
Ben from State.
Hey, Coach Ben. I'm new, so good to meet you, I guess.
Hey,
I got a couple of really good innings from Mag and Julian. Just in terms of being able to throw those guys and kind of keep things where they were, I guess just how important was that, and what did you see from those guys late?
Yeah, obviously with Jack going out there with the tight forearm in the first inning, we knew we got a lot of baseball innings to fill the rest of the day. So somebody was going to have to step up. And Gilreath was the first man in and was solid. Not quite as good as he was against Ole Miss, but solid. Danny was very scrappy, only gave up the one earned run in 3 innings. But I thought the key for us today, without question, was Mag Cotto. His biggest outing of the year, his most important. We don't win the game if Cotto doesn't do that. And the stuff was really good. He showed great poise, great mound presence, 2 strikeouts and no walks. And I just thought he looked like what we want him to be. And that was huge. It was a big moment for him, big moment for us, and hopefully something we can really build on.
You mentioned some tightness with Jack. What's his status going forward, or how do you guys have to evaluate?
Yeah, just tight forearm. We'll have him evaluated, obviously, with the athletic trainers and the doctors. But just the forearm was very tight, and we weren't going to take any chances.
Colin?
Mark, what did you think of your team's at bats today? It seemed like guys were working counts pretty well and kind of trying to go opposite field at times. What did you think of the overall offensive output?
I thought it was solid. Obviously, still want to be better. But we hit a lot of balls on the screws today, a couple homers, but I was more pleased with the number of line drives we hit. And we did take good at bats, but, still not quite where we want to be. I would like to really be able to blow that game open. But, again, it's a day-to-day process, and just keep working to get better.
And you mentioned it kind of in your opening statement, but just how good can this feel for the confidence of this team, obviously coming off getting swept at Ole Miss?
Yeah, every day is a new day. That's how we approach it. Today was a new day. Our job was to go 1-0 today. Tomorrow we'll come out to practice to prepare for Mississippi State. We've got to keep an even keel. I've said it a million times. It's a marathon, just another mile in the marathon.